Hi, my loves. Welcome back. Spirit has a message that you need to hear. Enough is enough. You keep choosing the same thing and expecting something to finally be different. Then you wonder why you end up in the exact same place. Spirit is done watching you do that to yourself. And if this video found you today, it's not a coincidence. This is the sign that you've been looking for. This is a collective reading, and not every word is going to land for everyone, and that's okay. Trust your intuition, take what resonates, and leave what doesn't. You know yourself best. And if anything in this reading stirs something in you and you want to go deeper into your own situation, I offer private readings through my Etsy shop. You'll find the link in the pinned comment below and in the video description. Okay, love, let's see what Spirit wants to say. Your first card is the Seven of Pentacles reversed, Eight of Pentacles upright, Knight of Cups upright, the Moon reversed, Nine of Wands upright, Four of Pentacles upright, and Strength reversed. As I sit with these cards, the first thing I feel is Spirit taking a breath. It's the kind of breath that someone takes before they say something that they've been holding back for a while now. This isn't a reading about what happened to you, love. This is a reading about what you keep doing to yourself. And Spirit loves you too much to keep looking the other way. So here's the truth that Spirit wants you to face. You say that you want change. You say it to yourself, in your prayers. You say it when you're tired and frustrated, and you swear up and down that this time is going to be different. And Spirit believes that you mean it every single time you say it, but then you choose the exact same thing anyway. The same person who drains you, the pattern you swore you were done with, the same excuse that's been keeping you comfortable and stuck at the same time. And then you wonder why nothing changes. You call it bad luck, bad timing, or that this is just the way things are for somebody like you. And Spirit is here to lovingly, firmly, and completely call you out on that. Seven of Pentacles reverse comes forward first. And what I'm feeling with this card is the energy of someone who's been putting in effort, real, genuine effort, and watching it not pay off. And instead of asking why, instead of looking at what needs to change about the approach, you just keep waiting and hoping and telling yourself that if you just wait a little bit longer, it's all going to turn around. But what Spirit is showing me is that the definition of doing the same thing and expecting different results is not just a saying. It is exactly what's been happening to you, and the waiting has become its own kind of avoidance. Eight of Pentacles steps in upright, and this one is interesting because it looks positive on the surface. It shows that you're working and putting in the time. You're dedicated and diligent, and nobody could accuse you of not trying. But what I'm feeling with this card is that all of that effort, all of your energy, and all of your dedication has been going towards perfecting the same pattern. You've been getting really good at the same thing that isn't working, and mastery of the wrong thing is still the wrong thing. Then you receive the Knight of Cups, and this is the romantic idealist, the one who falls in love with potential, with how something could feel, with the story of how things might be if everything goes the way you're imagining. And what Spirit is showing me is that for some of you watching this is the core of the pattern. You keep going back not to what is, but to what could be, to the dream version of the person, the fantasy version of the situation you're in, to the feeling that you had at the beginning before reality set in. And you keep choosing the feeling over the truth over and over and over again. The Moon reverse comes in next, and this is where Spirit gets very direct. The self-deception is ending, whether you're ready for it or not. The illusions that you've been maintaining, the stories you've been telling yourself to justify staying in the same place, The way you've been keeping yourself in the dark about what actually is happening, that's cracking open right now. And what comes after the moon reversed isn't comfortable, but it is clarifying. Spirit is saying that you're about to see something very clear that you have not been willing to see. And when you do, you're not going to be able to unsee it. Nine of Wands steps in, and I feel this one in my body. This is the exhausted warrior, battered and bruised, holding up the last wall with everything they have. And there's real courage in this card and genuine tenacity, the kind of staying power that most people don't have. And Spirit is asking you right now, what are you holding that wall for? What exactly is it that you're protecting? Because sometimes what looks like strength is actually just unwillingness to admit that the battle that you've been fighting for was never one you were going to win. And the real brave and courageous thing is to put down the weapons and walk away from the fight that's been costing you everything. Four of Pentacles arrives, and this card is so honest about the grip. I get the feeling that you have a white knuckle grip to what's familiar, to what feels like security, even when it's slowly suffocating you. Holding on to the version of the situation or the relationship or the identity that you built your whole sense of safety around. And that letting go feels like losing. It feels like you're giving up. It feels like you're admitting that it didn't work and that maybe you were wrong. And so you grip even tighter instead. And what Spirit is showing me is that every time you tighten your grip, you squeeze out a little more of the space where something new could have come in. And then Strength Reverse closes this first part. And love, this is the one that I really want you to sit with. Because Strength Reversed in this reading isn't saying that you're weak. It's saying that the way that you've been defining strength has been keeping you stuck. Pushing through has felt like strength. Staying and holding on has felt like strength. But what Spirit is showing me is that the actual strength this moment is asking for is the kind that lets go. The kind that says, I've learned what I needed to learn here, and I'm not going to keep paying the same price for the same lesson. The kind of strength that trusts that there is something on the other side of this pattern that is worth walking towards. And Spirit is saying that you haven't allowed yourself to have that kind of strength, at least not yet. Spirit has something it really needs you to see, and what's coming in through the next message changes the entire energy of this reading. You were given the Emperor upright, the Queen of Cups upright, the High Priestess upright, 10 of Cups upright, 6 of Wands upright, 5 of Wands reversed, Page of Wands upright, Wheel of Fortune upright, and 10 of Swords reversed. As I sat with that first message, everything shifted. And what came through for this second part is what made me stop and just breathe for a moment. Because Spirit gave you 9 cards here. 9. And I want you to understand what that means. Spirit wasn't being brief about what's waiting for you on the other side of a different choice. It laid out everything, every single thing that you've been keeping yourself from. So stay with me, love, because this part is so important. The Emperor arrives first, and what I'm feeling is the energy of real, solid, unshakable foundation. The kind that you build when you stop outsourcing your stability to things and people and patterns that were never designed to hold you. Spirit is showing me that the structure you've been carving, the security, the groundness, the feeling that your life is actually built on something solid, all of it becomes available the moment that you stop building on sand. The Queen of Cups steps in, and her energy is so whole and so self-possessed. What I'm feeling with her is emotional fulfillment that comes from the inside out. It's not the kind you chase or the kind that you borrow from someone else. It's the kind that lives in you because you finally stopped abandoning yourself to keep the pattern alive. She is self loving and intuitive and at peace with herself. Spirit is saying that that's not a personality type. That's what happens when you choose yourself. Then the high priestess arrives, and she is breathtaking in this position because what she represents is the deep inner knowing that you've been overriding every time you went back to the same thing. It's the voice that you heard saying, "Don't do this again," and you talked yourself out of listening to it. Spirit is showing me that on the other side of this pattern, that voice is going to get louder and more clear. You're going to stop second guessing your own knowing, and you're going to start trusting what you feel before you even feel it. You're going to become someone who listens to themselves, and that changes everything. Ten of Cups appears next, and love, this is the one that made me catch my breath because the Ten of Cups is the full emotional fulfillment card. It's the deep, genuine happiness card, the one that makes everything feel like home. A life that isn't just performing okay or managing or surviving, but you actually feel good about it. Spirit placed this card here intentionally. This is what's waiting. It's not a vague possibility, it's a real destination. And the only thing standing between you and it is the choice to stop going back to the thing that was never going to take you there. Six of Swords comes in, and the energy is like a boat moving away from rough water into something more calm and more clear. All of that turbulence, chaos, and constant emotional upheaval that the pattern has been generating, it all quiets down. You get to move away from it, and not by running from it, but by finally facing a different direction and letting the current carry you forward. Five of Wands reversed arrives, and what I'm feeling is such relief. The conflict finally ends. The internal war between what you know you should do and what you keep doing anyway, that exhausting back and forth, the arguing with yourself at 3 a.m., it stops. When you stop choosing the pattern stops having power over you, and what you feel in its place is a quiet that you haven't felt in a very long time. Page of Wands steps forward, and the energy is like a spark being lit. Something brand new, something genuinely exciting, something that carries the feeling of a fresh start with real potential behind it. And what Spirit is showing me is that the energy has been waiting patiently on the other side of your old pattern. It's a new beginning that can't reach you while you're facing the wrong direction. But the moment that you turn around, it'll be there waiting for you. Wheel of Fortune arrives, and this is destiny turning. The tide is shifting in your favor. The luck that you've been wondering if it was ever coming to you. The sense that the universe is finally working with you instead of against you. And what Spirit is showing me is that the wheel turning isn't random. It responds to choices, and one different choice can change the direction of the entire wheel. And then the Ten of Swords reverse closes this reading, and it closes it with the most powerful image Spirit could have chosen. You may be down right now, but you will rise. Ten of Swords is the rock bottom, the card of having hit the lowest point. And reversed, it means that the moment is behind you. The worst of it is over. And what comes after the ending, after you finally stop going to the thing that brought you to your knees, is rising. And you get to keep everything you learned on the way down and use it to build something that actually holds. That is what one different choice makes possible, love. All of that. Every single card, every single thing. It's all waiting for you on the other side, but only if you choose differently. Sit with that for a second, love. So, this is what Spirit needs you to hear today. You are not unlucky and you're not cursed. You're not someone who just doesn't get the good things. You're someone who's been choosing the same thing and calling the result your fate. The pattern isn't happening to you, You've been choosing it, love. And that is actually the most hopeful thing Spirit could tell you, because what you choose, you can unchoose. One different choice, that's all it's going to take. It doesn't have to be perfect or fearless, just different. As always, my loves, this was a collective reading, so honor what resonated and leave what didn't. Only you know what's meant for you. If anything in this reading stirred something in you and you want to go deeper into your own situation, I'm here for you. I offer private readings through my Etsy shop. You'll find the link in the pinned comment below and in the video description. And love, I want to hear from you. Let me know if anything in this reading resonated with you. I read every comment, and connecting with you is one of my favorite things about doing these videos. If this reading found you today and something in it made you uncomfortable, good. Discomfort is the first sign that something is about to change. I love you, I appreciate you, and I'll meet you in the comments.